Okay, so our first speaker of the day is a really cool guy, and that wasn't in the intro. I just have to say, he's a really cool guy. Sunshine, or I think when I first heard about him and they told me about him, they were like, it's Labrador energy. And and we were like, cool, we're putting him first thing on Sunday morning then, because he's going to be like coffee in a body. He is a motivational speaker. And I'm going to let him tell you about himself, everybody. This is Bradley Charbonneau.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning.
Schönen guten Morgen. Goedemorgen. Bonjour. Good morning, everyone. Dames en meisjes, jongens en heren. You know, when you smile, your lips go back a bit, and your jaw opens a little. If you have like AirPods in, and you'll notice there's a little movement, a little action there. It's because your jaw is opening, and then you hear differently. You actually hear better. So this morning, I want to get started today after Rebecca punched us in the face several times. We cried with La Serena at the end of the day. We're going to bring in some joy and some laughter. And through smiling, through some humor, through some laughter, we're going to let it sink in when we hear it better and then take it in. And what we're talking about this morning is, at the end of it, is joy and love. And we're going to get that through a kind of more boring sounding process, through decision making. All right? So, I think I have slides, don't I?
You should have your clicker.
I have a clicker. Look at that.
Take a quick
Flipping slides. Ooh, it's me. Look at that. Okay, so I hold off on the joy for just a moment. We're going to start a little pain and suffering. Just continuing the theme of the yesterday of the weekend seems to be the Irish thing, the potato famine, gray skies, wet. Let's go with that theme for just a minute, and then we'll get into some fun. We have decisions to make as authors, as humans. And we also learned yesterday that we only apparently have about 5% of those decisions where we actually have much control over. So that's good. That's actually, my first thought was, thank God. Because those other 95%, I mean, just let those go, right? Just don't even bother. Because as you'll see today, this decision-making process is something of that 5% that we do have. Then let's make the most of that 5%. And how can we do that? The question I want to ask today is, how can we make better decisions? And this is such a recurring theme. You would think that Becca, Nora, Erica, and La Serena, we all collaborated to talk about decision making. But if you think about it, it is sustainability. How can we make decisions on a minute by minute, day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year decision making system to make our lives easier, better, more joyful, happier, funner? This is what we're going to talk about today. We got some tough stuff. We got some hard ones. We got some big ones. Anybody, just to wake you guys, make sure you guys are waking up. Oh, there's a test later. There's a quiz. For those of you thinking you can just sneak on in and kind of snooze by now, there will be a quiz. There will be math problems. Some of you approached me yesterday and said, Bradley, the day was great today on Saturday, but what I would really like, I'd like you to do a throwback to high school and do some word problems, like mathematical word problems. That's what I was missing, and that's what I'd like to see in the morning. So that's what I've got for us today as well. We're going to do some math problems, like Jan took the bus at 3 p.m. at 45 miles per hour. John took the train at 37 miles per hour. After how many minutes did they meet? Okay, it won't be that hard, but just to get you woke up, get you going here, it's got to be good, all right? Do you guys have any others that you don't see up here? Is there anything you want to, let's just get off our, dismal day of Irish potato famine. And yesterday, anything else that you can think of that you had yesterday, that what you didn't see, some struggles, some decisions, some big ones? Yeah?
Should I go direct or not?
Direct or not, great, it's a tough one. Anything else?
Invest in translations,
Invest
audio.
in translations, audio, big decision. Wow, money deciding going on there, big stuff, right? Anything yeah?
What does it mean to be a hiker writer?
What does it mean to be a hiker writer? Ooh, big stuff, right? So we've got big stuff, we've got little stuff. Yesterday, we had Eric up here talking about how they had been talking for going on 3 years about thinking about debating this conference, how to do it, should they do it, is it an idea, is it just a pipe dream, will it ever happen? And then one thing happened a year ago yesterday, was they made a decision. They decided to do it. And as we'll see today, that is where the energy comes from. That's where we get the power. It's like you reach the top of the mountain, and that's where you make the decision, and everything is smooth sailing, free skiing from there. The decision-making process, making the decision, whether it's yes or no, or delay or something, but the decision, or as we learned yesterday, the lack of a decision is also a decision. We'll see that in a minute here, the pain of the lack of decision. So, this is some pain. Click. I know. This is a screw in my deck. I can see you taking notes. I woke up at 8:30 for this. This screw was loose. Looser even than it is here. You can see it's a little bit left, right? This screw is at my house. It's between my back door and my shed thing. And I go out to this shed on a daily basis, once, maybe twice a day. And I walk by the screw, and I see it, and I think, oh, that screw is loose. I need to tighten it, right? You take the notes, screw loose, need to tighten. Got it, all right, good. Except I don't do anything about it, because I'm on my way to the shed. I'm not thinking about the screw until I see the screw. And then I in my conscious, aware mind, I think, oh, I need to tighten that screw. And in my conscious, awake, aware self, I go through some emotions really quickly, like, oh, damn it, I need to tighten that screw, right? Sort of low level, not too deep yet, but kind of painful, right? Like, oh, this sucks. Dang it, why do I never tighten that thing? We kind of beat myself up a little bit, right? But this is conscious, just a matter of seconds. Go by. Then I go to the shed, get my mango juice. Forget about this screw for a second. But then, it's the same path back to the house, and I see the screw again. And again, there's a process of a few seconds of, oh, there it is again. Right? It's twice a day, right? And if I go to this shed twice, that's 4 times a day. Now, if you add this up, remember the math. You guys bring calculators? So, if you bring the math, then we have maybe 10 seconds, and I come back another 20. So now we got like 20 seconds of me consciously, awarely, awakely thinking about this loose screw. Are we talking about KU versus Y yet? Am I onto this? Should I go sell direct? No, I'm still spending my brain power on the loose screw in the back. And I'm using all of this energy on this stupid, little, tiny, minuscule decision that maybe doesn't even fall in the 5% of what I have control over. I don't know. I'm totally wasting my time with this. So that's, call it 20 seconds, 40 on a double mango juice day, right? Well, I'm almost ashamed to say this, but the story wouldn't be complete without it, because I didn't remember the math. 20 to 40 seconds, right, per day. And if this had only been a question of 2 or 3 days, because math we probably still do in our head, 20, 40 times 3, right, got that. So, a few minutes of my life that I spent consciously thinking about this decision that I'm not making, right? I'm not taking any action. I'm just thinking about it. And it's just annoying me. There is no positive outcome from this yet. So then the worst part is that when I look back at this, because I was thinking about this, and I didn't measure it in days or weeks. I measured it in a season. Because I remembered it was one of the decision-making process methodologies was, oh, it's cold. If I get the screwdriver, it's going to be cold. I'm going to sit out there and it's going to be cold while I do, so I'm not going to do it. So seasons, let's call it, then it warmed up in spring, and then I finally did it, right? So let's call it, what's that, spring, like 3 months? So call it 100 days. So back to the math. 100 days times 20 to 40 seconds, what's that? Several minutes, right? And that is just the conscious self with this decision. We talking KU yet? We talking right? Am I writing yet? No, I'm still got my mind on this stupid, tiny little thing in my regular, everyday, boring walk to the shed, get mango juice life. We're not even to the fun stuff yet. We'll get to fun stuff, but we gotta get over this decision first before we can get to any bigger decisions. Becca was also talking yesterday in a staircase, right? Making your way out. We gotta fix these little things before we can get to the big things. So call it 100 days. And then remember, that's a conscious level. So these emotions. The worst part, because you're like, the worst part is bad enough already. What do you mean there's a worst part? The worst part is at the subconscious, unconscious level of what this lack of decision is making, the emotions it's causing in me on a daily basis. And we're still talking about the damn screw. We're not to the big stuff. Just this little thing, the fact that I'm thinking about this consciously. And then my subconscious, just like, the animal who's scared of, the animal who's scared of the lion. What's interesting about that, there's a fantastic book, it's called something like, There Are No Gazelles in Therapy. And the thinking behind there are no gazelles in therapy is gazelles munching on the grass. Oh no, there's a lion, adrenaline rush, speed demon, gets away from lion, saves life, I'm good again. And within 15 minutes, the gazelle is no longer worried about the lion. No subconscious, thinking, what if the lion comes again tomorrow? Gazelles don't think like that. Oh, I just made it, I'm so lucky. No, it's more, oh look, grass. That's what they think. In a way, lucky gazelle, right? Because I've now spent, I think we can exponentially multiply the amount of time on the conscious level that I'm thinking about this stupid little thing, and that subconsciously, and now I'm getting to deeper emotions. I'm getting to things like guilt, regret, maybe fear, anxiety, stress. We're not even, remember big stuff? We're not big stuff. We're so damn screwed in the deck. And now I'm on to, I don't know how many seconds per day, where I'm subconsciously, remember subconscious, unconscious, I don't know I'm doing it. I don't want to do it. I have no choice whether or not I'm doing it, but we're doing it. And it's still about this one tiny little thing of Becca can tell us how many numbers of decisions we make per day. I think it's in the tens of thousands or something, right? And thankfully, thank God, we don't have to think about a lot of those. But some of them we do. And what are we spending our time not doing? Okay, let's get to the good stuff. How long would it take to tighten this screw? Now remember, the most important part about this equation is the decision to tighten the screw. Because once I decide that I'm going to tighten the screw, then it's just a matter of action taking and following a few steps. At the minimum, it would be 2 minutes. I go to the same shed next to the mango juice, there's actually a screwdriver. I could get the screwdriver, walk back, tighten the screw, everything works well. I don't have 2 minutes, right? And now I have solved the problem. Worst case scenario, I don't have a screwdriver or a screw. I have to drive to the do-it-yourself shop, and I have to get a screwdriver and a screw, and drive back and tighten the screw. What's it, half hour? Hour max? Compared to the conscious and subconscious emotional freaking roller coaster I've been on for a season, or I could have spent 10 minutes and tightened the screw. Are you feeling the math? You ready for some math? Let's get to the math equation here. nasty slide here.
Oh.
I know, sorry, it's just like undergrad in math, I can't get away from it. This is like fun for me. This is like I totally geek out. I'm like, oh yeah, like, what would be like the freedom? What do we get for freedom? So, this is it. So do we want 10 to 30 minutes of action? And yesterday, what did we hear? Something like, there was a great quote of 3 under 3 for free, or under 3, something like that, right? And this is very similar. So here we can take the 3, extrapolate a little further. We can talk about 3 months of agonizing. We're still talking about the damn screw in the deck, right? Okay, was that fun? Are we having fun yet? Are we feeling the joy? Right? Because this is one tiny thing. So let's extrapolate, let's expand this to bigger decisions. And if we think about the amount of time we take on decision making, or rather lack of decision making, and making the decision, and how much time that would save us. Not to mention fun stuff like, for instance, frustration, stupidity, silly, doubt, annoyance, and anxiety. Are you having fun yet? Or, hold on, how about some of that? Think about the actions we take. Think about the mathematical equation. Think back to this morning and the story problems, the story math problems. And Jack took this long and Jen took that long to get to the train station. And here, what would be the calculation of the action taken, and what would that save me? And extrapolate the little screw in the deck thing to any decision you have. Okay. That's the screw in the deck. That is the tiniest example of a decision I could come up with. How do we make these decisions? What do we use? We've had a plethora of tools coming at us this weekend. And in fact, this is where you'd think we collaborated on our topics this weekend, but we didn't. That's a beautiful thing. The idea that we have overlapping areas of content this weekend on what we're doing and how we're getting there. We're getting there in different ways. We're still going from A to B. It's still sustainability and how to sustain our author existence, and ideally bring some joy and love and fun to it. I'm going for it. But we're still going from A to B. How are we going to get there? There are more, but here are 3 main decision-making centers that we all have. And what we're going to do today, this is kind of bland, we're going to make it a little more fun. So just a little bit of characteristics of these 3. So here the mind, right? We have, this is the intelligence, the analytical, this is the spreadsheets and the data, right? The German accountant all up here, right? That's kind of, and we have the heart. This is love, passion, heart. This big brain. And then gut. I have a gut feeling. I just feel it in my gut. I just know. I'm just going to do it. Gut reaction. We're just going to do it. Okay? So we all have these. So this is fun and all, but this is kind of bland, you know. We're still we're back in school. We're in sort of, I don't know, science class or something. Let's take it to theater class. Let's take it to creative writing here. 101. In me, I have 3 characters for these 3 decision-making centers. And so does each and every one of you. I have given mine, I actually didn't give them names. They sort of have names, and I have adopted them. These 3 guys, gals, whoever, whatever they are, these 3 characters, I love characters, because here we are writers, we create characters all the time. That's super appropriate, we're really good at this. Especially the fiction writers, right? We create characters. So this is a wonderful opportunity because we can create these characters. And yet, just like in fiction, we create them as we think we want them to be and what we think they're like. And yet, whether we want to or not, they evolve, they change, they become who they are. When we're talking about, whoa, she said that? How did she say that? I don't know. Who said that? That's from her character. That kind of developed on its own. Okay? These are my three. You can't have them. You have your own. So I went a little further, and I came up with these guys. Here, let's do names. These are my three guys. These are my decision-making team, or jury, or voters. And with each decision I make, these guys are behind the scenes. Or at least of the 5% where I have any say, these guys are behind the scenes making the decisions. You know, with me, for me, against me. They're doing the deed. Okay? Now, I had some fun with Midjourney, and I put in this. I got these images as creative writers here. This was super fun for one. These three are me. Remember, these are my guys, right? You have your own. So what I would like you to do, you all have pen and paper, right? Or something, right? Could you write down M, capital M, and then an underline, like room for, that's right. And then capital H, line, and capital G, line. This is part of the quiz. By the end of 25 minutes, I want you in the coming minutes to be thinking of the names of the characters that live within you. These three decision-making centers. And remember, these descriptions are mine as well, right? Maybe they're similar. I mean, it is back to the sort of more classical descriptions, the intelligence and the heart and the gut feeling. Those are pretty standard. Those are pretty common. But for you, what do they look like? Well, how just like creating a character in your book, except this book is you. These guys, gals, are going to help you. You are going to work with them to make all, and really I mean all decisions, the ones we have control of. And whether or not you know you're working with them. And by the way, anytime I use the word work as a verb, I prefer to use the word play. Just as I opened up with play and smile and humor, these guys are fun-loving guys. They want the best for you. They want the best, the funnest, the most, maybe the craziest. They want what's in your, as a whole, best interest. They're on your side. Whether they're arguing the point or trying to make the point for the decision, the goal is your best interest. They're on your team. Yours are yours, mine are mine. They're fine. Okay. What I want to do is, so 4 out of 5 advisors advise me not to do what I'm about to do. The other advisor is beaten up in the alley by the other 4 advisors. So what I'm going to do is I am going to, I really shouldn't do this, introduce you to these guys. I should have like a disclaimer. You know, like objects in mirror are bigger than they appear or something. This is like objects in mirror are closer than you think. I'm going to introduce you to these 3 characters, and I'm going to let them make a couple decisions for me, and to give you an insight into how they work, and how, remember, work, play, how they play together, how we come to a decision. Okay? So we're going to start off with something ridiculously easy, kind of like the screw in the deck thing. It's super simple because it's an everyday decision that we have that normally we take a matter of seconds to do, right? So I'm American, but I live in the Netherlands. And in the Netherlands, there's a snack bar. In the snack bar, it's actually terrible. Nora, not here. Nora? It's bad. It's croquettes and frikandel. It's bad, right? So it's like, there's like deep fried bars and balls and rolls of unknown substances, usually breaded, like not known to science at all. He's done studies at Harvard, and they don't know what's in there. And so then they'll deep fry them just for fun's sake, right? And then you order and you eat. So let's say we're at the snack bar, and I just want to order something. So here is my decision-making process. Remember, we're still simple, right? We're not thinking wide. We're just ordering something in the snack bar. So I'm going to go to my team here, and remember, normally in real life, this whole decision-making process takes a matter of seconds, right? Maybe a minute tops, right? And you know what it's like, you're at the thing, oh, I'll get that, I'll be like, I don't know, I'll get that, right? But what's going on with this, and the reason we're doing this, of course, because I'm going to introduce you to my guys, but I want you to be thinking of yours, of your team, and how you make decisions, because the better we get to play with these guys, the better we're going to make decisions. Right? All right. So let's let them decide and see what we're doing. You've been warned. The caloric intake of a frikandel in the Dutch snack bar is outrageous. It's about 10 centimeters long. Per centimeter, that would be about 300 calories. There is no protein, no goodness whatsoever. And show me the numbers. Give me a graph, give me a spreadsheet. Show me the numbers of the calories versus what we'll be doing today action-wise to lessen the impact of the calories. I am a scientist. I want the numbers. Show me the numbers of why we should eat this. It doesn't even look appetizing. Bradley, what are you doing? I vote meh. That's Martijn. I warned you. This part here, this is the part that I really shouldn't be letting you into my mind. What happens back here is part of like the unconscious, subconscious. I have little control. They're not like in my script, right? They didn't get PowerPoint slides. They're doing what they're doing because this is how we make decisions with these three guys, and this is how you all make decisions. You ready for Henri?
Oh yeah.
Let's call him up. Regardez-le. Qu'est-ce que c'est que cette histoire? C'est dégueulasse. Le fricandel is disgusting. It is a deep fried shit. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Oh, non. On va manger là. On va pas manger. Non. We go to the corner, we go to the market, we get the baguette, we get the brie, we get the apple. It is better santé, health, santé, health, your health. Henri says health. It is better than the frikandel. What is that anyway, a frikandel? Freak. It has the word freak in the food. Who puts the word freak in the food? Comment, Bradley? Qu'est-ce que c'est que cette histoire? Oh putain! Oh. Thankfully, this usually only takes a matter of seconds. Look what I have to deal with on a regular basis. Good news, bad news. Look what you have to deal with on a regular basis. Are you thinking of your names? You thinking of your characters? Are they like crazier than your fiction ones? Are we having fun yet? All right. Let's hear Geau. By the way, Geau. So, Mr. sort of California surfer dude, kind of like a caveman. You know, he's just like, it's very simple, it's laid back. He just wants action. He wants to talk about stuff. He's like, let's just do it, right? And his name, he wanted to spell it G-O, right? It's like go, like go times, go, right? Do action. He's very action oriented, right? But then Henri over here, you know, sort of sophisticated and French and snobby, and he said, oh, we can make it go like G-E-A-U, it would be more beautiful, right? So that's why he's called Geau. And remember, I don't have a big say in this. And these are my guys, but like they are me and I am them. And you are you and they are you. Good news, bad news alert. It's gonna get fun. It's gonna get fun. Let's let go. Have a minute here. Bear with me. Order. Over there talking about spreadsheets, talking about the baguette at the market around the corner doesn't exist. I'm ordered. I'm an action taker, bro. This is what we do. I'm hungry. Even you said it, even though Henri there, he can't even say the letter H. He says, I'm hungry. But I'm just like the action taker, bro. And I just got the Freakendale. Kind of like that it has the word freak in it. It's kind of cool, you know. Tastes good, you know. I'm hungry. Got food. I mean, hello. So, I ordered. You know what I did? I was thinking in advance, thinking of you there, Marty. I got mayonnaise and the ketchup because I know you like mayonnaise, you Dutchy you, and you like ketchup. And you call them French fries. Maybe we'll get that on the side. Guess what? I ordered those too. Because I'm an action taker. That's why you call them Go. Go, it's go time. Let's go. I ordered. We're done here. Thank you very much. Oh my God. You know that thing like, I can't take them anywhere? Good news, bad news alert again. They're with you all the time. These characters are with us at all times. So what's the goal of our decision-making process? Is get to know your team. How to work, play, how to play with them. So what happened there? What is the result of our decision? Well, thanks to the action taker, we've got spreadsheets and numbers over here. He was going to analyze the menu to death, probably never would have ordered. We got Henri here, he wants to go around the corner. What if we didn't have time? What if we're hungry? Who knows if there's a place around the corner? He just makes up stuff, And then Go, the action taker, your action taker, took action. Like, how would the screw in the deck have gone? Well, it depends on who's got the winning edge, who's got the most powerful vote. How passionate are they about their case? Because they're all making the case, like for the yes or the no, right? Okay, I'm going to do one more example, for better or worse. One more quick example just to show you, give you an idea. We'll do a real one, we'll do a hard one. And I'm going to do it for something personal for me, because it wouldn't help me, because I wouldn't have any of the emotional baggage of doing anything if we got questions from you, and I would do it, that would help you, because you have your own guys. These are my guys, you have your own. And you working on the names? You thinking of the names that are coming to you? I've got some hints later, this little pop quiz, but I've got some like test-taking clip notes. All right, let's do, I'm thinking of writing in a new genre. Now, this is a true thing. Well, sorry, it gives me a look like, whoa, we're getting serious. Can we go back to the snack bar? That was like fun and simple. No, we're going to go new genre. This is a biggie, right? For a lot of us. A lot of us are in multiple genres, and it's a big deal. I've written in multiple genres, but I can't say I did it successfully. I was just like winging it. So in fact, I wrote it in a genre. I'm not even sure what the genre was. I mean, that's how much I didn't kind of sort of have to do it, right? So, but now, here we are in real life, and I am thinking about this. It's a decision I haven't made yet. And so I'm going to go to my team here and ask them to get the decision. So the decision is, like, should I write in this genre? And the genre for me is, and this is where I don't even know, because I don't even know what it's called. There's so many genres and subgenres. It's sort of, I don't know what it is. It's like romance, maybe some travel. I love Europe, I love travel, something Europe, travel, romance. Is that a genre? I don't even know. See, this is where I haven't made a decision yet? Is this getting real, right? Can you feel this? Do you have decisions like this where you don't know yet? Let's go ask. See what the jury says. Good morning. Numbers, spreadsheet. Bradley, you don't even know the name of the genre you're talking about. How can you get started in something like that? We don't even know. Du Schnitzelblumenschweinerei! You want to start in a genre you don't even know what it is. I mean, come on, use your head. That's me. Use your head. Think about it. Analyze the situation. Get the numbers. Show me a spreadsheet at least. Make me happy. Make me happy. Show me a spreadsheet. Give me the numbers of your decision. Then we will decide. So for now, I say no numbers. Nothing scientific. No analysis. No analysis. Then no. For me, it's no. Danke. Thanks, Martijn. It looks like a no, right? Based on the analytical aspect of it, no. See what Henri has to say? La vie. L'amour. L'amour, love. It is all there is. Love is everything. Love makes the air stand up on my arm. L'amour is the biggest passion that we have. It is everything. And you say you want to write about this. You must do it. Because you know, later in your life, you say, why not didn't do it? I did not do it, I don't know why. Why not? This is the most passionate thing. It's not like you are writing about the Israel of France in the French Revolution and the taxes and the financial situation in 1942. No. It is l'amour. This is from your art. This is from your art. For the air to stand up on your arm from the passion. I say you do it. Do it. Okay. We've got a no. We've got a passionate yes. Let's see what Geau says. Gotta go with Henri on this one, bro. But you know, Martin's got a point. Definitely know what you're doing or when to start. So I'd say do it. Listen to Martin a little bit. Maybe get a plan. And maybe make a date or something. You know, like not doing too much. Next year, I don't know. Can't really see that far in the future. But talk to these two, but you know, go on with Henri on this. You're a man. I'd say go. But maybe not now. No, that's all I got for now. Thanks, bro. That's how we make decisions. Or delay them, or think about that, or work through them, or just play with them. This is me. You know you got you. We're gonna help you here, move along. That was my mid-journey fun. So it could be fun for your fictional characters as well. Or not. That's the plan. Briefly, the energies of their voting. Like what if it's yes, yes, no, or no, no, yes, or yes, 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 or how do you decide? All about the energies. Here's with a little math. So if you're more of a numbers person, if you're more of a Martijn, then you want to give them votes. And how do you weigh the votes of each of the characters? Right? We'll share these slides. Because I know you want to do the math. How often do you make decisions? Big ones, little ones, daily, monthly, annually, right? These are all minor factors compared to the screw of the day. When? Who are these characters? Are they the characters of the past, present, and future? Future's a really fun one. Okay, these are for you. Ask me in a minute. I'll share these in case you need help. Look at the character qualities of these, right? It's so different. Here's your homework. Play with it. Anytime you use the word work, play. Your team, it's fun. Let them have fun. They want to have fun. Last night, just sitting there having drinks, this guy from Lit RPG comes over. He was saying, I don't know the guy, he was talking about how he sort of knew in the biz and with this community, and he didn't really, he couldn't believe it. He said, you know, when I worked in my other job, he says, I had an idea for something that gave me success. Or if somebody else had an idea, they would share it with me. He said, no, that's mine. You suffer and figure it out on your own now. And in this community, he said, they just gave. They gave and we shared. And we benefited together. And he says, I've never experienced that. He's like, it's such a loving community. And there's so much love in this community. And there's so much love in this room. It's just a matter of finding our love and sharing it. So I think there really is only one question. I do some wacky stuff. I did a 10-day silent meditation retreat, right? Crazy, right? Like it's part of the, I joke that it's part of the terror university, and or the torture university, and it's an elective, and it's a 10-day silent meditation retreat. Like I had a roommate who I can't talk to, and I can't look him in the eye. 10 days no talking. It's like introvert heaven or extrovert hell. So on day 7, you're like this as writers, on day 7, it was the first time I thought, I'm broken. They broke me. They win, I give up, I lose. And we were talking about rule breakers the other day. I'm a total rule follower. And so I never steal. I'm like such a goody two-shoes, right? And I go into the kitchen, I steal a pen. And then, they take away everything, right? I have no phone, I have no writing, I have no paper, no nothing. And then I go into the bathroom, I take toilet paper, and I'm on the floor writing with my pen and my stolen pen and my toilet paper. Because I can't keep it in me anymore. This happened on day 7, right? I was ready to run to the hills. We were already in the hills. And so, day 7, but then day 10 of Torture University. And I had 5 words. That's all I had. There is so much love. There is so much love. I'm going to go to my 3 guys here real quick. And I'm going to ask them the only question I believe that we need to ask. When I went to that 10-day torture camp, I didn't know the question, much less the answer. I was looking for answers. But I got one question, I got one answer. And the question was, who do you love? Here's the answer. Ich liebe mich. It's not ich liebe Milch, because that would be I love milk. That's in the latte convention, they started 11. No, this is ich liebe mich. A little German lesson, let's say it. I'll say it and then you repeat. Ich liebe mich.
Ich liebe mich.
So all he has to say. Done. You know je t'aime. Je t'aime. It's common, right? This is different. Je m'aime. I'll say it. Ready? Je m'aime.
Je m'aime.
Go time. Only question you need to ask. Only answer you need to give. I love me. You guys can say this one. I love me. Yesterday we had Nora talking about her son. Last week we were talking about her son. He said, these are the most important people and I love them. I would add to that, we love ourselves first. is first. I love, I have a book, it's 3 words. It's I love, and then there's 2 blank spaces. And I joke and I say, I love Indian food. No, that's not it. I love breakfast burritos. That's not the answer either. It's 2 spaces. I love me. There is so much love. 5 words I got from a 10-day torture camp. There is so much love. There's only one question to ask. Who do you love? I love me. You see it just one more time?